Alright guys, this is a solution to your study guide. So you see that I put my given equation right here, and then I flip-flop x over 4 and negative 6, and I use the community property to do that, make it look more normal. So I add 6 to both sides, and I get 1 on this side and plus 0 on this side. Additive POE. And I get 1, and then I have x, and then I get rid of my 0, and that's additive identity. Then I multiply by 4, and that's the multiplication property of equality. Alright, number 2 here, I write down my given equation. Then I flip the equation around the equal sign, and that is my symmetric property here. And then I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, which really adding gives me negative 20, which is subtraction POE. And then I get rid of my 0 here, I got a plus 0, and that's additive identity. Divide by negative 4, and I get x equals 5, that's division property of equality. Alright, my next step here, I set up my given equation, subtract 3 from both sides. Or excuse me, my bad, add 13 to both sides, which is opposite sign, so that gives me a negative 103. Subtraction property of equality, plus 0, get rid of my 0, negative 9 plus 0 is negative 9. Additive identity, and then divide by negative 9, and I get 10. And division property of equality. And the next one, on this one, I write my given, and I'll flip it, symmetric property, and then I distribute here, and then I flip these back around to be like a normal equation. You can still solve it without doing that, but you can put it back there. And then I add 90 to both sides, and I get negative 153. And I got plus 0, but that was the additive property of equality. And then I add negative 9x and 0, and I get negative 9x, and that's additive identity. And then divide by negative 9 and get positive 17, which is division property of equality. Alright, number 5. You had to just solve the equation, so I subtracted 7 on both sides. Got 24 divided by 8, x equals 3. Number 6, I subtracted 10 from both sides here. Cancel out with the 10s, and I get negative 14, because you add negative signs. Divide by negative 6, and I get positive 19. Next problem, distribute. Alright, then you get 63 plus 7x equals 84. I subtract 63. I get negative 21. Excuse me, you can't really see that. Divide by 7, and you get x equals 3. Now my next problem, I have to solve and graph it on number line. Subtract 4. I get 20, divide by 2. I get 10. X is greater than or equal to 10. You can write it like this, if you would like to, and that just means solid on 10 and going to the right. The next problem, I subtract 4 from both sides, I get 2. Then I multiply by 3 on both sides, and I get 6. X is less than 6. Open circle to the left. Alright, number 10. Number 10, I had to write it from the sentence. The sentence says the product of 3 and a number added to 2 is 5. So the product of 3 and a number, there's my product of 3 and a number added to 2 is 5. Actually, it would have been probably better. Product of 3 and a number added to 2, so I should have wrote it 2 plus 3x equals 5. The way it says it right there. Alright, number 11, 4 more than 9 times a number. So it's 9x plus 4, so 4 more plus 4. 9 times a number equals 16. Number 12, says 14 less than, so I got to subtract 14. the quotient of a number in 2, x over 2 equals negative 3. Alright, number 13. So let's convert 6 pints to gallons. It says my initial value is 6 pints. My unit plan is pints to quarts to gallons. I set it up 6 pints times 1 quart over 2 pints times 1 gallon over 4 quarts. I cancel out my units. I multiply straight across, and I get 6 pints is 3/4 of a gallon, or 0.75 of a gallon. 14. Says the initial value for 14. We're going from 150 ounces to milliliters. 150 ounces is my initial value. Unit plan is ounces to milliliters. It gives us 1 milliliter is equal to 0.034 ounces. So I got 150 ounces times 1 milliliter over 0.034 ounces. I cancel out my units here, and I multiply and divide, and I get 4,411.8 milliliters. Alright, so I got 4,411.8 milliliters is equal to 150 ounces. Alright. Number 15. Alright, we're setting this up. Identify all parts. Distance is 324 kilometers. Time is 4 hours. So I use my distance equals rate times time. And I got 4 hours for my time times the rate, divide by 4. I get 81 kilometers per hour is my rate. Alright. And then C, Caleb travels at a rate of 81 kilometers per hour. 4 hours to go the distance of 324 kilometers. Alright, number 16. Alright, Sam took a 7-hour bicycle trip. In all, he traveled 112 miles. What was his average rate of speed in miles per hour? It's like 112 miles in 7 hours. So I set it up. I know the distance equals rate times time. So I have my rate and time multiplying there. So I have my one-step equation. I divide by 7 hours, and I get the rate is 16 miles per hour, which is D. 17. Jacqueline traveled from Cedartown to Columbus on Saturday. The trip took 3.5 hours, and she traveled at an average rate of 62 miles per hour. How many miles did Jacqueline travel? So I'm giving my my time, and I'm giving my rate 62 miles per hour. So I multiply those two to get my distance, which is 217 miles per hour, which is D. Which stands for distance. The next one. Okay. I have Jamie wants to earn $500 interest, so she will have enough money to buy a used car. She puts $2,000 into an account and earns 2.5 interest. How long will she need to leave her money in the account to earn $500 interest? So I set it up. I'm using I equals PRT. No, excuse me, up here. Reset. Up here I'm using I equals PRT. So I set it up 500 equals 2,000 times 0.05 times T. Multiply 2,000 times 0.025, and I get 500 equals 50 T. I divide by 50. T equals 10. So it will take Jamie 10 years to earn $500 in interest. The next one, convert 39 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. And I'm using this one because I want to get Celsius. So say 39 minus 32 here. Then I get 7. 7 times 5 over 9 gives me 3.89 degrees Celsius. Alright, my next one, which is C. Alright, my next one, convert 44 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. I say 44 times 9/5 is 79.2 plus 32 gives me 111.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's A. The last one, I'm going to identify my terms. My first term is 3x squared, second 6x, and my third one is 9. There's a total of 3 terms in this polynomial, our expression. My next one, my constant is 9 because it does not have a variable. My coefficient is 3, 6, which are the numbers that are multiplying by the variables. My exponent is 2. Notice there's the 2 right there. There's my coefficient, and there's my constant. Here my terms are negative 2x squared and 15. My constant is, which is 2 terms. 1, 2. My constant is 15. My coefficient is negative 2. And then my exponent is 2. Alright, well, good luck on your test, and I hope this was beneficial for you.